I just want to say welcome to Princeville, North Carolina. Thank you. All right, I appreciate you not stealing my thunder. Get it back. My name is Kelvironta Harvey. I am a student at North Carolina Central University. I am getting a dual master's in business administration and information systems. It's not that serious, you know. So today I want to talk to you about making Princeville great. Go back, sorry. One thing that I have just from my encounters with Mr. Ellis and Mayor Jones was they always had a salutation at the end of every email or after every conversation. It was all about thanks for all you do to make Princeville great. You know, Princeville is a really nice town that, you know, as you're saying, y'all drove by, you know, maybe the museum was a little hard to find, but you know, you're here and it's a really nice place. One thing I liked about Princeville was I went with Ms. Hawkins to Shiloh Landing, Franklin and Briggs. This area is just saturated with a lot of history and things. So let me tell you why Princeville was great to begin with. So the Civil War lasted from 1861 to 1865. In 1865, recently free slaves from the Civil War actually populated the town, an area named known as Freedom Hill. Freedom Hill was, it was historic. They were able to get jobs in Tarboro and Rocky Mount. They were able to build structures, build buildings. It was really good. So far, in fact, 20 years later, they were able to incorporate. Now, a community of black people, community of African Americans, freed 20 years earlier, was able to come together and to actually establish a community and to be able to incorporate as the first city in the first African American city in the United States to incorporate. That is really, really huge. Very huge aspect. So we want to definitely celebrate that. They renamed themselves Princeville after Turner Prince, which is basically an advocate in the community. He built a lot of buildings. He was responsible for a lot of the politics that went on, and he was a very important figure in establishing Princeville. All right, so my scope of work basically was the initiative between us and Princeville after Mr. Ball's report. I just kind of took the ball, and we were going to create a customer profile. The customer profile is just basically just information about who will attend an event. In this particular case, Princeville's expressed interest in festivals and a reenactment museum. And basically reenactment is just, just immersing yourself in the culture, allowing, actors and such to portray the event or the moment in history that you're trying to, emulate. So really, really cool, interesting project. I found out a lot of information about Princeville. Like I said, just the fact that they were able to, incorporate, do something that hadn't been done before really resonated with me. So, like I said, it was a joint initiative between the Kenan Institute and Princeville to basically create this customer profile so when they do build these great attractions that they know who wants to come, who wants to hear about it, where to market. Okay. So with this, I did 5 examples in all. I did 3 festivals, and I also did 2 reenactment museums. So we'll jump right to it. Right. So festivals. The first festival I started with was Essence Music Festival in New Orleans. Essence is a huge festival. Definitely, I want to emulate this in the fact that they have a really nice roadmap to how they got to where they are. Really big festival. They bring 200,000 people to New Orleans every 4th of July weekend, $1 billion in 3 days to the New Orleans economy. Really huge thing. But one thing they do, they provide a roadmap. They also have marketing opportunities. Their customer profiles are African American women. That'd be a great profile for people that want to come and see historicness in the North Carolina area, ages 25 to 55, and self-empowerment and culture. I think that Princeville emulates culture. The first incorporated town culture is exactly what they emulate. A second one is the African American Culture Festival. Chose this one because it's close to home. It's in Raleigh about 70 miles away. So, it's a really, really nice event. They had 38,000 people, in 2014, and they were starting in 2015. So that's a short 5 years. They were able to grow to that big. Their first year, it was, they had 15,000 attendance. So for a festival to start and to build up that quickly, it's a nice model to emulate. They are promoted, planned, by Art Exposure, which is responsible for Raleigh's first night out, which is their New Year's Eve celebration, and they do the acorn drive and all that stuff. So they have a really big presence in the Raleigh area. Their basic customer profile is triangle household, so Cary, Durham, and Raleigh. And they do people that's interested in African culture. They have a lot of arts and culture and things like that, art exhibits and things that focus on African American culture. All right, bowling, rodeo, and barbecue. How many of you have been to a rodeo? All right, that sounds good. Well, when I first started researching bowling, it's a black rodeo, and I was just kind of like, that's interesting. I never really heard of that, and to see they had 20,000 attendees, it was like, wow, it was amazing. It's an older event, started in 1903, so they had years and years to get up to where they've been. But one thing I like about Bowling, Oklahoma is it is about 70 miles away from Oklahoma City, which Princeville is about 70 miles away from Raleigh. So it's definitely a really great model to emulate. And you see the total population is under 1,100 people. Same exact population as Princeville. It's a great model. I seen pictures I was going through, and I seen people with African Americans and riding horses through the streets. It was really, really deep community Oklahoma like roots. It was amazing. It was amazing. They also target African American families. I seen people line dancing and things like that. It was really a nice experience for the people of Bowling, Oklahoma. So now we get more to our reenactment, which I said was just basically people, there's no actors reenacting, things like that. And one thing I love about Freetown Village, they created a huge reenactment platform across Indianapolis. They actually took the 1870 census and identified 3,000 African American men, women, and children, and they had actors to portray these people through the city streets of Indianapolis. It was a really, really big event. Unfortunately, it closed in 2001. I think they just started to focus more on their traveling troupe. They have singers and dancers. They have a theater show that travels that basically focuses on African American culture, Civil War era. Like I said, they focus on African American families. They do a special focus on elementary school. They have a lot of K-5 programs, summer camps. They do a lot of heritage type lessons and just kind of teach students that's early in the Indianapolis school system where their roots came from and where Indianapolis fits in the Civil War era and African American culture. Their attendance in 2014 was over 20,000 because again they focused more on their traveling troops, so they attended hundreds of events across the United States. Last one is Conner Prairie. Conner Prairie is basically the family Conner. It was an architect who bought the land, and he was able to basically just keep the Conner last name and was able to create an interactive park. This interactive park is really, really cool. They focus on nature, science, art. They do a big thing. They have an affiliation with the Smithsonian, which I need a little bit of information about that a little later. But they also focus on school groups. They do a little hierarchy, K through 12 things. But one thing about Conner Prairie is really cool is they are Civil War days. That's kind of their thing. So they actually do all of Civil War. They have a Prairie Village, which is an 1836 based village that's basically immerses people in the pre-Civil War era, and they also have reenactments of battles and procedures and right there with the rifle. All right. Attendance in 2014 was 400,000. They have a lot of renewed membership type basis. So they also have 80,000 memberships that was based on that 400,000 number. So I feel like that's a repeat guest. That would be really, really interesting. I think that we can definitely emulate and getting people to come back over and over again and enjoy the experience more than once. Right. So after I gathered all the information, did all my research, broke it all down, I did a recommended customer profile for Princeville. Basically, who they should target to come to their event, who wants to come in, who wants to see it. So I did 6 counties in, not necessarily Eastern North Carolina, but Eastern and Central type North Carolina. Got Edgecombe, Wade, Durham, Wayne, Johnson, and Pitt. We do people that's interested in unique family experience. Like I said, we have a lot of resources. We got Charlotte London, Franklin, and Briggs. I mean, there's a lot of things in Eastern North Carolina as a whole, especially in this particular area. So I feel utilizing all of this, as Princeville, like a jumping point to create a festival or a museum is definitely one of those things that would definitely help expose people to the culture that is Princeville. We also did an annual income at least $40,000. We definitely want to make sure that people are able to afford it and able to come out, have a discretionary spending money to be able to, stay in a hotel in Tarboro, come out, enjoy the festival, have fun and fellowship. In them 6 counties, there are currently about 400,000 households that fit that description, and 120,000 of those are African American. There's about 3 people to each household. So multiply 3 times 120, that is a nice target market. So this right here is actually a slide directly from Mr. Ball's presentation. Basically, this is the things that he identified that is very, very important for Princeville to emulate from the inventory of historic towns that he did. And the one that I want to pick out is the tourism cluster partnership. So I feel partnerships is what's going to be really, really important in obtaining these target markets. If you get these partnerships with the school tours and even state partnership with funding or even some affiliations with some other museums of North Carolina, also the school tours allowing schools to come view the thing, expose kids to it early so that they'll be able to tell their children to create a residual customer that keep coming back. Also, the Smithsonian affiliation. It really, really helped Connor Perry out. The Smithsonian affiliation, all they want is basically a nonprofit status. They also want you to submit a proposal which gives your mission statement and objectives. If the objectives line up with their own, then they want a $3,000 fee and an annual fee after that. But one thing they really do that's really well, they work with you to create exhibits. You can lease items from the Smithsonian. Anything that you're trying to create, you're trying to replicate, they will help you get there. And that way, they also provide like advertising and of course your Smithsonian affiliate. So the perks that come along with that. Thank you very much. Again, welcome to Princeville. Tell all your friends we want to make this town boom.